He didn't hesitate. One blow to my side and I dropped to the floor, choking on pain so sharp I couldn't breathe. I heard the crack before I felt it. My ribs gave way like glass. I lay there, gasping, clutching myself, staring up at the man who called himself my father. "You'll live," he sneered, wiping his hands like I was dirt he'd just cleaned off. "A rib's cheaper than 50 grand. And then my mother's laugh, low, cruel, and satisfied. "Don't whine. Money isn't for garbage like you." That word, garbage, burned deeper than the broken bone. But I didn't fight back. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I just breathed through the pain, slow and quiet, because what they didn't know was this: I had already made my move. It wasn't always like this. There was a time I thought I had a family, a time I thought their love was real. When I was a kid, my father promised, "One day, son, you'll make me proud." I believed him. I chased approval like it was oxygen. But no matter what I did, it was never enough. My brother was the golden child, every failure forgiven, every mistake wiped clean. I was the afterthought, the shadow. And my mother, she didn't see me. She saw a disappointment she regretted giving birth to. So I worked, I saved. Every dollar I earned, I stacked away. Not for them, for me. For a future where I didn't need their approval, their money, or their twisted version of love. $50,000, my wedding fund, my escape, my start. And they wanted to steal it. The first sign came weeks ago. My brother called, pretending it was casual, joking about how expensive his life was getting. "You'll share some of that wedding fund, right? You don't really need it. Not like me." I laughed it off. I told him no. Then my mother cornered me in the kitchen. "Be reasonable. Your brother deserves the money more than you." Deserves? As if I didn't exist, as if my sacrifices, my savings, my future were already theirs to carve up. I thought maybe my father would stay out of it. But the night he broke my ribs, I got my answer. They thought pain would bend me, that fear would break me. But what they didn't know was that while they were busy treating me like nothing, I'd already secured everything. 2 months earlier, I had moved the money, quietly. Not just the wedding fund, but something more. See, my father isn't half as smart as he thinks. I'd been watching him for years. His shady consulting jobs, his tax tricks, his gambling debt. And my mother, always in on it, laughing as long as the checks kept coming. I kept records, screenshots, bank transfers, photos of documents he left carelessly on the desk. Every lie cataloged, every dollar traced. I built a file thick enough to bury him. And I did. The night he broke me, I waited until the house was quiet. My chest screamed with every breath, but I moved anyway. Step by step, I left without a word. By morning, their bank accounts were frozen, every cent locked down by investigators, their debts exposed, their secrets spilling into the daylight. They didn't know I had already sent the files to the IRS, to the state, even to his precious golf buddies on the board of directors. My father's empire wasn't built on strength. It was built on lies. And lies crumble fast when you shine a light. This morning my phone lit up with messages. Not from friends, not from family, from them. My mother's texts were frantic. "What did you do? The bank's saying there's a problem. Your father's furious." My brother called 12 times in an hour, voicemails full of rage and panic. And my father, he finally broke his silence. His message was simple: "You'll regret this." I smiled, because for the first time in my life, I wasn't afraid of him. He was afraid of me. By noon, the fallout began. His company suspended him pending investigation. Old partners distanced themselves. My mother's credit cards stopped working. My brother's rent payment bounced. Piece by piece, their perfect little kingdom collapsed. And I sat in my apartment, bandaged ribs aching, sipping coffee as I watched it unfold. Tonight, I got the call I was waiting for, a blocked number. I answered anyway. His voice was different, not arrogant, not strong, small, desperate. "Please," he said. Just that one word. Please. For years, I begged for approval. For years, I bled for scraps of affection that never came. Now, he was the one begging. I let the silence stretch. Then I whispered, calm and steady. "A rib is cheaper than 50 grand. Remember?" And I hung up. I don't know if I'll ever forgive what they did to me. I don't know if the cracks in my ribs will heal faster than the cracks they left in my heart. But I know this: they'll never touch me again. Not my money, not my future, not my life. They taught me I was nothing. Tonight, I proved I was everything they feared. And as I sit here, breathing through the pain, I realize something. They broke my bones. I broke their empire. And I'd make